Lightning, triggered when negative energy particles build up in the ground and they connect with positive energy held up in the clouds. The connection is instant and the energy produced is hotter than the sun. To the personality, enlightenment feels like a much slower process. It feels like an eternity. But in the context of multiple lifetimes, enlightenment happens in the blink of an eye, and the way it happens is almost identical. Energy is stored and built in the personality, and the soul gains power and presence in the life, and then they reach out to one another, producing a bridge of energy that connects them. Hindus and esotericists call this bridge the Antahkarana, the rainbow bridge that links the lower vessels of the personality to the soul. The process begins when a person starts to take responsibility for their energy, their karma, and their spiritual footprint on the consciousness of humanity. When the bridge is complete, soul consciousness is achieved, and a person reaches that nirvanic state of enlightenment. The earlier houses prepare us for personality consciousness and for working with others, and in these houses we create the karma that provides the building materials for this rainbow bridge. Understanding our personal spirituality and consciously learning about the soul accelerates this process considerably, and the 9th house is where we go to do exactly that. University, travel, philosophy and religion. While the 3rd house focuses on the acquisition of knowledge, the 9th house is built on the development of wisdom. The learning opportunities that set us up for life happen away from home and outside the scope of experience of those closest to us. Whether we wander the world, commit to years of tertiary study, or welcome spirituality into our hearts, we expose ourselves to the wisdom of those who exist outside our sphere of knowledge. And, like the Antahkarana, something inside us reaches back, and the point where these two energies meets marks new, expanded boundaries. Our consciousness expands to fill this new space, and our perspective broadens. Unlike the more pragmatic 3rd house, the 9th house goes beyond day-to-day knowledge and purpose-driven study. Travel exposes us to new values and new belief systems. It breaks us out of the somewhat insular worldview of home. It exposes us to differences, and it teaches us that in our hearts, no matter where we go, we're all the same. The 9th house is the embassy of the soul on the esoteric chart. Any higher study prepares us for soul consciousness and challenges our prejudice and bias. Any travel brings us closer to that point of realization that humanity is a collective consciousness. Any philosophy, no matter how cynical, invites us to live outside our own framework. Religion socializes and externalizes our spirituality and introduces us to a framework where external consciousness has influence over our everyday lives. The trope of the hermit on the mountain was the template for the search for enlightenment for much of the 20th century. In the 60s, it was ashrams and festivals, with a flood of Westerners travelling to India and other spiritual centres to expand their minds and hearts, a culture that gradually died off over the following decades. But there's definitely been a growth in spiritual and esoteric study when spirituality went online. With a boom in learning platforms and an explosion of websites and online calculation tools, much of the grind of learning a modality has been condensed into more efficient learning experiences. The internet platform has also given a voice and a focus to a more tailored, more personal spirituality, and as we become more conscious of our own mental health and personal well-being, people have become more open and more accepting of the less conventional. You, of course, already know this. Here you are, studying spirituality online and getting right into the big picture stuff by learning about the soul. You're already responding to the calling of your soul in your life and backing up your interest with a commitment to learn more and grow, and I can only congratulate you for that.